materials. A Chulico Indian School in January, February, and again June and July of 2018. Personnel will wear suits, masks, gloves, and respirators when in the zone, and the data should help the department assess the impact of biological weapons. This is the first time that the city has been made aware of any testing to occur at Chulico. The city posted on its Facebook page. Wow. So this is the first time we're actually going to tell you about it. So wait a second. So are you telling me and the residents that you've done this before? I mean, is this an admittance that you've actually released things into the air? Into the water? This is the first time the city has been made aware of any testing, and we're letting you know it's going to occur at Chulico. The city posted on its Facebook page, which means chemically inactive, which means by definition there should be no risk. There shouldn't be any risk to the citizens. However, they said, we are looking into the situation to gather more information for our citizens and their safety. Resident Brittany Smith is skeptical, though. Brittany says, I would like them to do the testing somewhere else. I think that I speak for a lot of citizens when I say that. She was telling News 9 there. And then a resident, Brian Hobbs, he reportedly added, we are 100% sure this is safe. Sometimes they have unintended consequences like Agent Orange, you know? Yeah. Talk to anybody that's been over there that had that Agent Orange. Yeah, you know what that is? It's the stuff that they were spraying out of helicopters. What was that? Mosquito repellent? It causes cancer? Yeah, I whenever they spray, and they do that stuff around here, when there's a bunch of mosquitoes and different things like that, you want to be inside. I'm sorry that none of that stuff they spray out, for pesticides and all that, you shouldn't breathe that stuff in. It shouldn't be inside, but they spray all the time around your cities. No, possibly try to find out through your city when they do the spraying, but you want to have your kids, you don't want to be sucking that in. That's just absolutely terrible, but that's kind of a little freaky there. You should look up the story, but it's Newkirk, Oklahoma. And the headline here out of Newsmax, they also have it there if you want to query it. Oklahoman town concerned over biological weapons simulation from Homeland Security, doing their drills, running around with masks and respirators. That would freak me out because I'm thinking, you guys are wearing this stuff and you're spraying this stuff. And you guys are wearing masks and putting that out, but you're telling us we don't need any of this stuff? I wouldn't be feeling too comfortable to be in that city, to be honest with you. I'm just saying, that's just that's just one of me. One of the positives of Donald Trump going over to Asia is China had locked up 3 UCLA players, and they've been released. These 3 players were detained and locked up because they shoplifted when they were over there. So it's good news. The 3 UCLA basketball players detained in China on suspicion. Okay, that's what there's suspicion of shoplifting. Maybe they didn't prove it. Just suspicion of shoplifting. They're headed back to the United States today after President Donald Trump said that he had sought help with the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and staff for Delta Airlines confirmed that the players, freshmen D'Angelo, Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill had boarded a Delta flight from Shanghai to Los Angeles. Trump said what they did was unfortunate. He was telling reporters in Manila, he said that the trio, who have been held since last week, could have faced long prison sentences, and described Xi Jinping's response as terrific. They're working on it right now, Trump said. Trump had raised the issue with the president during a dinner held during the U.S. leaders meeting November 8th to 10th. State visit to Beijing. Trump was in the Philippines capital for a summit of Asian leaders and asked about the trio. And Trump discussing the issue with China Foreign Minister spokesperson Zhang Shengheng told is that what it is? Jinang, okay, there we go, was telling a news briefing in Beijing, until now, I have not received any updates, so I am unable to provide any further information. But the news has broke. The UCLA team had been in China for a game against Georgia Tech and Shanghai on Saturday, which UCLA won 63-60, by the way. The teams had traveled to China earlier in the week to visit the headquarters of the game sponsor, Chinese tech giant Alberta Group Holdings Ltd. The 3 students were taken in for questioning by police about alleged shoplifting from a store during the visit, and they were released from police custody earlier on Wednesday and had been confined to a luxury hotel pending legal proceedings, according to sources familiar with the matter with Reuters. But as Trump pointed out, this is one thing. Again, why these, stars, if you will, from UCLA, great ball players are getting paid pretty good money. Why you go into a country that very harsh on, especially being an American, you're a foreigner, and their country, just respect. How would you, dear God, see what they did to Warm Bear? This is China, okay? This is not a democracy. Respect the country that you're in. Respect them. Dear God, if you're in Japan, you don't throw they'll lock you up so fast if you throw a wrapper or a cigarette at a subway station or on the ground. It's so sparkling clean. I tell you, a lot of the laws in a lot of other countries, I wish we would employ them. Man, nothing worse than you having city streets just littered with trash and graffiti. It would be nice for us to, you're not supposed to litter. Some people, they leave it for the lot person. Like if you're McDonald's, you throw your ashtray out or you throw a bunch of your trash out there, let the lot person clean it up because it gives them something to do. That's what some people's mentality is like. You see people just flicking stuff out on the highway. It's disgusting. But other countries, they don't put up with it. That's why they're so darn clean. It would be nice if we'd reinforce some of the trash laws in some of our big cities. Really disgusting. It's just, it's an eyesore. It'd be nice to crack down on trash in the United States and crack down on, make it a $5,000 fine for throwing garbage out the window. I'm not talking about orange peels, apple cores, and things like that into a field or something like that. I'm just talking real, honest-to-goodness trash. Yeah, everybody has their pet peeves. Trash, it's trashy. Who does that? Find a dumpster, find a vacuum, find a trash bag, find something. If you do it, stop doing it. It's really just not nice. It makes me wonder when people do that. I'm like, what does their house look like? Seriously, if that's what they're doing, we're just throwing things anywhere. They can't be, it's a sign of what's happening inside. They can't be too well. I'm not overthinking it. I'm just saying it's just not a good thing. There's a Rasmussen poll, and maybe because of the Asian Pacific tour that there was a little bump in Trump's ratings, but Rasmussen has put it this way. The presidents came in at 44% on Friday, and other results for the survey, according to Rasmussen, 53% disapprove of Trump's performance, 30% strongly approve of his performance, 44% strongly disapprove of his performance. That gave the president an approval rating of minus 14. Daily tracking results are collected via telephone surveys, 500 likely voters per night, and reported on a 3-day rolling average basis. So the margin of sampling error for the full sample of 1,500 likely voters is 2.5 points with a 95% level of confidence. So the president, again, 44% on Friday So the approval rating has ticked up 2 points to 46%, according to the latest Rasmussen Reports daily tracking poll. So there you go. A little uptick in approval. Still, come on, largely divided. People don't even know what the heck he was doing over there, and that's why we report on exactly some of the doings that are happening over there. And besides, that will be possibly one of the biggest takeaways that nobody can really complain about, is being happy that we have some ball players that were released from China from not getting big jail time. But see, we didn't release any terrorists. What else did we not do? We didn't give them $1 billion per head. He knows that Trump is on to the trading practices of China and how we've been screwed out of billions of dollars, and he wants to work on the president because he knows he's going to be balancing the books a little bit and put it in more favor, tipping more favor towards the United States, because it's going to affect them too. Finally, some accountability. Not a bad thing. And for the Chinese, a beautiful thing. He was a great statesman, a great politician, very presidential, very put together, very underreported. Other than Fox News doing a great job talking about how Donald Trump is out there making deals, selling our country out. More concerned about the blackout where he didn't even allow the White House press corps into a particular meeting. That made headlines that I reported on just a day ago. These were the big stories there, but not what the real doings are. Billions of dollars worth of trade agreements for the Philippines, to China, from South Korea, things that we're going to be building for them, military armament, protection for those countries, stronger relationships in trade, and literally putting on the books billions of dollars in U.S. commerce. But no, they're not going to report on it. They can't. It kills them because, remember, they have it in, like Media Matters, George Soros, the Clinton folks, all the snowflakes putting their money in this because they still want to do one thing and one thing alone, that anybody associated with Donald Trump, the Trump administration, with conservatism, if you're a conservative, you are under attack. This is their aim, to shut you down, shut you off, target your advertisers. And I got to tell you something, folks, we're listener supported. We get some sponsors here and there that throw some ads out and throw some vittles our way, and that's a beautiful thing. But, folks, besides that, I would tell you that we're 98, 99% listener supported. Without the $15, $25 a month donations from our listeners, would never be able to do what we do. But we looking forward to our relationship with Mike Lindell, with My Pillow. Gillette just signed with us, which is the best a man can get. American company, great company. And by the way, this half hour is brought to you by Gillette.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo, with Keith Allen, on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: All your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more.